I think Stop Kiss is relatable to an audience because it's just, it's about a human relationship. It's about humanizing and developing a relationship between two people. This case happens to be two women, but the relationship itself can be a man and a woman, can be a man and a man, and it should feel natural and easy, and we all know what that is. And so then to have to turn around and deal with this attack that happens simply for loving the person that you love, I think we can all agree and or want to agree how agonizing that is, and how we all just kind of want to be able to love who we love, and that should be easy. And I think that's relatable. I think the ease of their relationship is relatable. Diana Sun, the playwright for this show, is, God, how do I tell you about Diana Sun? She normally writes for television, so you'll see that reflected in this script. And she normally writes characters in New York City, also reflected in the script. What I love about her is that she is very, very conscious of diversifying her plays, and specifically the ones set in New York City, and being very conscious that the people represent the area around them. My vision for this play is that we see how easy it is for two people to find their ways to each other. I think that's different from how I've seen this play performed or how others talk about this play. Often it's either made about the fact that they're two women or about the assault. And I don't think it's about any of those things independently. I think it's all of those things wrapped into one, and how we see such a human quality in these women, and such a lovely blossoming of something that can be so true and so real. And then what happens when something affects that, and something steps into that and breaks it. And especially since it's a play that was written in 1990s, and we've come, you know, we can say we've come a long way in 2018, but there's also so many ties. There's places that we haven't come to. There's still issues surrounding this topic. And I hope that with telling it today, we ultimately see how much further we need to go and how much more necessary it is. What I'm most looking forward to working with is people who are open to all these conversations. We've had the best conversations working on this show, and about the show, not about the show. I think it's the people. It's kind of like what's happening in this play. You find your people, and here there's a lot of people to find, and they're all open and you know, just the different minds, the different thoughts, the different processes that are going on. Even when things, you know, if we don't agree and something changes, the way I feel working here is the way I'd like to feel working everywhere. And I think that says something about what's been created here. And I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm glad to have been brought in. No one should ever be afraid to fall in love. I mean, how many times do we get to do it, number one? So when it happens, we should never have to question it. It should never be questioned by anyone. And we should never be afraid to do it and live it and breathe it and feel it wholeheartedly. Come see Stop Kiss at the studio. You won't regret it.